The casino feels different at night. You notice it the moment you step inside. The air feels heavier. The lights feel brighter. The sounds feel sharper. Every machine hums with a quiet promise. Every table glows like a stage waiting for its next believer. I spent years watching players enter this world after sunset. I watched their faces change the moment the darkness outside met the brightness inside. Most people think the night gives them better luck. Most people think late hours unlock some hidden energy. Most people believe the casino becomes more generous after dark. They could not be more wrong. There is a reason players lose more money at night. It is not luck. It is not superstition. It is not the crowd. It is something far more subtle. Something most people never notice until their bankroll is gone. I learned this truth from a former high roller who burned through more money in 1 year than most people earn in a lifetime. He told me that the night changes your judgment before you even place your first bet. He said the casino knows exactly how your mind shifts after sunset. Tonight I will show you what he showed me. I will uncover the real reason players lose more at night. I will reveal the patterns that insiders see instantly. And I will explain why the house loves the late hours more than any other part of the day. What do you think changes inside you when the sun goes down and the casino lights take over? Most players walk into a casino at night believing the energy helps them win. They feel awake. They feel inspired. They feel like the night carries a kind of magic. But that belief has cost more people money than any bad machine ever has. The truth is simple. The night does not help you win. The night helps the casino shape your decisions. It makes small risks feel lighter. It makes losses feel less painful. It makes time feel slower and faster at the same time. I remember one moment clearly. A man walked into the high-limit room with the confidence of someone who thought the universe was on his side. He said the night was when the lucky machines wake up. 30 minutes later, he was asking for a hand pay because he believed a big win was due. 30 minutes after that, he walked out with empty pockets and a confused look on his face. He did everything wrong without realizing it. Players believe the night opens the door to better luck, but insiders see the opposite. We see how people loosen up. We see how they bet faster. We see how they ignore danger signs they would easily notice during the day. The night is not a lucky window. It is a mental fog. So let me ask you this. Have you ever felt more confident gambling at night even though your results were worse? The first major problem players face at night is speed. People gamble faster when the sun goes down. They tap buttons quicker. They place chips quicker. They chase outcomes quicker. They forget how slowly money should move. Players fall for this without realizing it. Their bodies are tired. Their minds drift. Their sense of time becomes unreliable. They think they are playing at a normal pace. In reality, they are burning through their bankroll in half the time. I watched this happen to a regular who came in every weekend. During the day, he played with calm focus. He took breaks. He counted his wins and losses. At night, he became a different person. He sat at a slot machine and pressed the button like it owed him something. He spun hundreds of times without noticing. He lost his entire budget before he even finished his drink. This is the simple casino logic. The faster you play, the faster the house edge cuts you down. Speed is not your friend. Speed removes your judgment. Smart players slow everything down. They pause after every big spin. They breathe before every bet. They treat every decision like it matters. This one habit cuts losses dramatically. Try this the next time you play. Before each spin or bet, silently ask yourself one question. Is this the choice I would make if it were daytime? The deeper you move into a casino at night, the more the environment controls your senses. The lights feel warmer. The screens feel sharper. The music sinks into your chest like a steady pulse. Every machine glows with rich colors that feel more inviting than anything waiting outside. You hear scattered laughter from the tables. You feel a soft current of excitement rising through the room. It all feels intentional because it is intentional. This is where the second major problem appears. Players start reading patterns that do not exist. Your eyes catch a machine flashing and you think it is a sign. Your ears hear a jackpot chime across the room and you feel chosen. Your mind connects these sights and sounds as if they are clues. But they are not clues. They are distractions designed to shape your mood at night when you are most vulnerable. I remember watching a woman move through the slot floor in a perfect circle. She kept saying the glowing machines were talking to her. Every blinking light felt like a hint. Every little sound felt like direction. She believed the casino was sending her signals. She lost everything long before she realized none of it meant anything. The night environment makes players misinterpret noise as meaning. The human brain searches for patterns when it is tired. The casino gives you a world full of patterns that tell you nothing. Smart players follow a simple principle. Look at results, not signals. Focus on your bankroll and your session plan. Ignore every light and every sound that tries to shape your mood. Have you ever felt a machine pulling you in even though you knew it made no logical sense? The first psychological trap at night is emotional drift. Your feelings begin to guide your choices without asking for permission. You think you are in control. But the night slowly softens your discipline. It makes wins feel gentler. It makes losses feel less final. It places you in a dreamlike state where money feels lighter than it is. Most players experience the same emotional moment. It usually happens after a small win. Your heart lifts. Your confidence rises. You tell yourself the streak has started. You feel smarter. You feel lucky. You feel like the casino is opening a door for you. That is the exact moment the trap closes. I once watched a man who won a moderate jackpot at midnight. His face went from calm to glowing in seconds. He whispered that the night was finally paying him back. He raised his bet. He pushed harder. Within 40 minutes, the win was gone. Within 60 minutes, he was using money he swore he would never touch. His emotions made the decisions for him, not logic, not strategy, not discipline. Insiders see this shift faster than anyone. We can tell when a player moves from thinking to feeling. Their posture changes, their breathing changes, their bet size changes, their focus disappears. Professionals use a simple discipline system to counter this. It is called the reset rule. After every meaningful win or loss, they step away. They take 60 seconds in silence. They let the emotion drain out of their body. They return only when their heartbeat feels steady again. Try it yourself. You will be shocked by how quickly your judgment returns when you give your emotions one quiet minute to settle. The second psychological trap hits when the night creates emotional fatigue. Your mind starts strong. Your confidence feels intact. But as the hours pass, something shifts inside you. Frustration grows quietly. Boredom creeps in. Desperation waits for its chance. You begin to chase a feeling rather than a result. This shift is easy to see on the casino floor. A player leans forward a little more. Their spins become sharper. Their reactions become quicker. They look at the machine as if it owes them something. They stop smiling. They stop breathing with rhythm. Every loss hits harder. Every near win pulls them deeper. I once saw a man who played calmly for the first half of the night. By 2 a.m, his entire body changed. He sat rigid. His jaw tightened. He pressed the spin button with a kind of quiet anger. He was no longer gambling. He was fighting, and the house always wins that fight. Insiders watch for these emotional signs because they predict disaster. When a player reaches this state, their logic disappears. They fall into the trap of chasing the moment rather than protecting their bankroll. They forget the plan they walked in with. They start believing the next spin will fix the entire night. There is one rule that stops this downward spiral. When you feel any rise of frustration, you must pause the session instantly. Not later. Not after one more spin. Right away. Frustration removes your ability to evaluate risk. Clarity returns only when emotion fades. Ask yourself this. Can you recognize the exact moment when your frustration begins to guide your play instead of your judgment? Nighttime brings out some of the strongest myths in gambling. These myths feel powerful because the casino atmosphere makes them believable. But every one of them drains money from players who trust them. Tonight we break 3 of the most expensive myths on the slot floor. The first myth is the idea that machines pay more at night. Players repeat this as if it is a secret passed from one generation to another. The truth is simple. Every slot uses an internal random number generator that never sleeps. It does not know time. It does not care about time. It does not open or close a window of better payouts. The machine behaves the same at sunrise and at midnight. The second myth is the belief that crowded rooms mean higher chances. People think a busy casino means machines are warming up. They assume more players means more wins. But the random number generator does not track the crowd. It does not sense excitement. It does not reward the room for being alive. The crowd changes your mood, not your chances. The third myth is the idea that a machine becomes due after a long dry streak. This belief destroys more bankrolls at night than during any other time. The machine does not remember losing spins, it does not build pressure. It does not promise a comeback. Each spin is a new event created in a single instant by code, not karma. Here is a simple metaphor. Imagine flipping a coin in complete darkness. The coin has no memory of the last flip. It does not feel guilty. It does not try to balance anything. Slots behave the same way. Your mind wants patterns. The machine only gives randomness. Have you ever believed a machine was finally due and chased it even though something inside you knew the logic was wrong? Most players lose more at night because their betting becomes emotional instead of logical. They raise their bets when they feel excited. They lower their bets when they feel scared. They follow mood instead of math. This is the quiet leak that empties bankrolls faster than anything else. Smart players use a simple betting rule. It is called the 1% system. You never bet more than 1% of your total bankroll on a single spin or hand. It sounds small. It feels slow. But it protects you from the destructive swings that happen at night. Here is a real example. Imagine you walk in with $200. 1% of that is $2 per spin. At $2 per spin, you can survive long streaks. You can play with clarity. You can stay in control even if you take a few hits. Now look at what most people do at night. They start with $2 spins, they win once, they jump to 5. They lose twice, they chase at 10. Within minutes, they destroy their entire session plan. Let me show you how the 1% system works during real play. If you bet $2 and hit a small win, you stay at 2. If you lose a few spins, you still stay at 2. Your bankroll stays stable because your bet never rises from emotion. You ride the randomness instead of fighting it. Smart players survive nights because they respect slow math. They treat betting like pacing in a long game rather than sprinting into danger. So here's my challenge for you. If you walked into a casino tonight with your usual bankroll, what is 1% of it? Nighttime losses are often blamed on bad luck. But insiders know the real problem starts long before the first spin. It starts with poor machine selection. Most players sit at the wrong machine because they choose with emotion instead of logic. This is where volatility comes in. Volatility is a simple idea. High volatility machines hit big wins less often but pay larger amounts. Low volatility machines hit smaller wins more often but rarely show anything massive. At night, players pick high volatility machines without knowing it. The bright screens pull them in. The bonus animations sparkle. The adrenaline of chasing a huge win blinds them to the risk. Smart players know the difference instantly. High volatility machines look flashy. They have dramatic bonus rounds. They promote big jackpots above the screen. Low volatility machines look calmer. They show steady payouts. They offer simple features instead of explosive ones. Here is a quick scouting test insiders use. Walk the floor slowly. Watch a machine for 10 or 15 spins. If it gives nothing or only tiny hits, it is likely high volatility. If it sprinkles small wins and keeps the credit meter alive, it is likely low volatility. This test does not predict a win. It helps you understand the nature of the machine before you commit. Imagine this scenario. You walk into the casino at night and see a glowing game surrounded by excited players. It looks alive, it looks promising, you feel drawn to it. But a smart player takes a breath. They check the volatility signs. They scout the payout rhythm. They choose a machine that fits their bankroll instead of their mood. Try this the next time you play. Watch the room before you touch a machine. You will be surprised by how much you can learn when you scout before you sit. Here's the first secret. Casinos lower the brightness of certain areas at night to slow your sense of time. Your eyes relax. Your guard drops. You stay longer without realizing it. Insiders know this trick and use it to their advantage. We choose seats in brighter zones where our minds stay sharp and alert. Here's the second secret. High rollers always track their emotional temperature. They do not wait for frustration to show itself. They notice the early signs. A sudden sigh, a tense jaw. A quicker spin? The moment they feel even a slight shift, they take a break. They protect their clarity before anything falls apart. This habit saves more money than any strategy you can learn. Here is the third secret. Smart players never sit down without a session goal. The casino wants you to wander. The casino wants you to drift. Clear goals break that spell. A professional walks in with 3 numbers: the win limit, the loss limit, the time limit. These three numbers create structure in a place designed to melt structure. With them, you stop when you should stop. Without them, you lose track of everything. Now you understand something most players never learn. You see why the night feels different. You see how the casino uses mood, light, sound, and time to shape your decisions. You see how emotions quietly take control when discipline fades. You see how myths survive because they feel comforting in the moment. You see how betting logic protects you when the environment tries to rush you. You see how smart machine selection saves you from chaos. You see how insiders stay sharp when everyone else gets lost in the glow. The truth is simple. You do not lose more at night because of luck.